Bitcoin pump looks like it's rolling over. Will it die? And will Bitcoin collapse below 103? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Davinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in this world. Man, you know what? Bitcoin, whether it goes up or whether it goes down, it really doesn't matter. You should be saving it for the long term. Why? Because scarce in supply, right? It's the first type of money that, works like gravity. Absolute. No point in worrying about monetary policies, whether or not some sort of person in a room is going to change the interest rates or do this or do that, increase more money supply, or, really mess with the system. This is what our previous system, our current system is all about. But now we have a system that's fair and honest and actually allows people to save their wealth and not invest in something else. If you choose not to invest in the long term, you just want to frickin' save, you can do that. And then once you save, you know that money that you're going to use in the future will have more or equal value in the future. Look at that. That's bonus. That didn't happen unless you use gold, right? So now you have a money that you could trade with people. And when you do trade with them, it can actually store your value fairly. Whew, who knew that we have that? Well, that's why we have Bitcoin. And now if she's thinking, too expensive. Well, I have a solution for you, right? I have the clear and absolute solution for you. For those who think it's just way too expensive, all you have to do is go over to Satoshi15.com. You can get 900 per dollar Satoshis. And this is just Bitcoin, right? Just so you know, right? And it allows you to see that you are growing with Bitcoin. You could actually get a large number instead of a fraction of a Bitcoin. You get a large number of Bitcoins and save that. All for pennies, right? So now for less than 1 penny, you can buy 1 Satoshi, and thus, obviously, you can put in a few dollars and watch that grow in wealth. Really, pretty simple. If you do have some money and you want to buy some Bitcoin in bulk, I would suggest you do it at an exchange. And you can do so at several exchanges here. If you head over to x.davinci15, DJ15, sorry, not DaVinci J, DJ15.com. Link is in the description below anyway, so yeah, check that out. Okay, let's take a look at the charts. Look at that. My indicators here are saying we are pumping, and we did, and now it looks like the indicator is starting to say, might be rolling over, right? Of course, because you can see the colored candle is indicating that, okay, wait a second, this pump is not as heavy as we did last time. So at least the dump is also saying that same thing down here on the hourlies. So is this thing going to roll over? And when we do roll over, is it going to create a new higher low? Because right now we do have higher, this low is higher than this low, and this low is higher than this low, or you can go with this low actually here is higher than this low here. And so if we do roll over, if we fail to break down below the 106.7 or 107 basically ish area, then we could be seeing a massive pump higher. So effectively, you can probably start looking for shorts here, right? And see if this thing rolls down, because, well, we're in a little bit of a bearish situation. You can stop loss your shorts at the 113, 114-ish area, actually 114, and see what happens. Right? That's a nice risk play, right? You can just add your shorts. I would suggest you start your shorting probably at the 112-ish area, and then start watching it. And then watching it, adding to it as it goes higher. And if it fails, which I think it will, then you'll get paid. And I would suggest you exit your shorts well before the 107 level, right? That's for sure. So with that said, let's just see what that would look like if we're going to enter the short somewhere around this entry level, the 10. And let's see here. We have to go to the 114. I think we can get the 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. As long as it's in that range, yes, perfect. That would be sustainable short to take a nice, short, small 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? A little bit over the 114K, and and we're shorting it all the way down to the 107.7. So still within the range, and still a probability of getting a nice short off for your trade. So definitely worth making that trade. Alrighty, looking at Ethereum, downward trend there. I have a 4-hour downward trend line, which looks like we've got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Yeah, that's good, right? I think we can probably do another higher low before we say, okay, let's go higher. So I would predict that. Same for Ethereum, but I'm going to hold off on making a trade there. Looking at Solana, same thing, but a little bit, the higher lows are a little bit less high, and the angle of attack is very low, so might be another result. But if we fail these levels, right, I mean, you can see we've drawn a line in the sand, the 175 on Solana. We either continue above the 175 or we die. Period. There is no coming back. If we get below the 175, you walk away. Just walk away.
And there will be an end to the horror.
We won't see any kind of results until we break above the $206 level clearly and decisively, and to say, okay, we can get bullish again. Okay, that's it for Solana. Let's take a look one more time at the dominance. I really like the dominance the way it is right now, even though, it did break 2 key levels here, right? 2 key uptrends here. But I think we're still on track because we're right at the, let's see, where's the 61.8 was? Where was the 61? Okay, we're not at that 61.8. We're at the 50% level. And, oh, look at that. You see this level here? That was exactly. Now, keep in mind, look at this. At the 60% level, approximately. Let's just say 60%, so that we don't use like fractions of numbers and stuff like that. At that 60% level, let me just get rid of some of the noise here. You can see this was just a point. This line here, 60%, was just a point from here that I marked, and it was a key point on the way down. And you're like, well, the market traded that way. They manipulate. No, they can't. No. They don't do it that way. You don't manipulate markets that way. Priced against a large basket doesn't work that way. You can't do it. Right? This is actual raw decision making of the public, reversing it at that level, indicating that Bitcoin is the key asset to hold going forward. You have to hold some Bitcoin, right? And I recommend, right, that you hold some Bitcoin. We do have a school for that, and I'm sure you've seen the advertisement of that school many times on this channel, and you need to be a part of this community. It is the community that's growing, and it's the only way you're going to actually save for the long term in Bitcoin is you join a community of savers that will help you when you need it to actually hold on to Bitcoin for that long term. That's a hard thing to do. Running a business is a hard thing to do. And you just have to do it in order to accomplish great things in your lives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.